Hey guys, Lisa Salvatore here. I just wanted to hop on and do a quick video to talk about the entrance of the sun into the sign of Scorpio on October 22nd. Today is October 21st that I'm recording this and posting this, I think. And tomorrow, October 22nd, the sun will shift from Libra into Scorpio. And I feel like this one deserves more of an honorable mention because this whole year has been whack, let's just say. And there's been a lot going on and everyone is feeling it and everyone's exhausted in many different ways, emotionally, physically, spiritually. There's just a lot going on. And a question that I've been getting these past couple of weeks, especially these past 2, 3, 4 days, it seems to be like really ramped up. I'm getting a lot of emails and texts and messages from friends and clients asking, when is this going to shift? When am I going to feel better? Why am I crying all the time? Why am I so tired? Why am I pining after my ex from however many years ago? What is all this that's going on? And quite simply, guys, it's something that I've been saying for a while that is taking place, which is like a very deep purge on the internal and on the external levels. Obviously, collectively, we see what's going on, so I'm not even going to go there, but that within itself has been showing and proving to be a very cathartic experience for all, especially this year, 2020, but it's been happening and it just really culminated this year and we're seeing it play out. But personally, that shift that happened collectively really did highlight the personal, and people are waking up to a reality, to a different way of life, to a different way of thinking, to a different way of seeing and feeling. Many have lost people very close to them. There's been moves, there's been job losses, there's been a lot of things that have happened to catalyze change and growth and purging on an extremely deep level that can feel very scary when the old way kind of falls away. It can feel very scary, but yet it can also feel very liberating. And so what's happening is this purge that's coming up, it's bringing a lot up from the past. And the reason I wanted to bring this video out for Scorpio season is because Mercury is currently in Scorpio and it's retrograde, okay? And anytime Mercury's retrograde, let's not mention Mars retrograde and all the other planets that are retrograde and everything else going on. Let's just stick to Mercury being retrograde right now in Scorpio. This is always an intense retrograde. It's deep. Scorpio brings with it an intensity and a depth, and that can feel extremely rewarding in a lot of ways, but it can also be upsetting, and it can also feel dark sometimes. It can feel scary, it can feel helpless, it can feel hopeless, it can feel sexual. There's a lot of an element, there's a big element of the taboo with Scorpio. And it's like going into the underworld and figuring it out and uncovering things about yourself, about others, about what you need, about what you want, about your desires, all of that. It all comes up and it comes to a head. And when Mercury's retrograde, naturally is a time of going inward and reevaluating and reflection. And you probably see on the internet, there's always jokes and memes about exes coming back into your life during Mercury retrograde, things coming back around to be revisited so that they can be closed out for good in some instances. And then in other instances, it's like having another go around or opening something back up because it's needed to be or it's supposed to be. And only you will be the judge of that. Only you will know that on the soul level. And during Scorpio season, it's a water sign. It's very intuitive. It is no stranger to the psychic realms, the watery realms, the things that we house within us, right? Our soul, the soul deep stuff. And so you're going to be feeling, especially if you're extremely sensitive to energy, which I know many of you are, most of us are, you are going to be feeling your sleep might be disturbed. You could be having really vivid, wacky dreams. You can be having a lot of psychic experiences. You can be feeling scared, desperate, afraid, alone. There's many, many different things you can be feeling right now. And so it's important to honor all of it and to know that it's a process of the purge. So things that are in your life that you know, and this isn't going to be the same for everybody, but things in your life that you know, that you have been hanging on to out of fear, greed, whatever, plug and play, whatever word, the things that you've been holding on to are coming up for you to look at, to re-examine so that you can decide once and for all, what do you want to take into your new reality? Which, when I say new reality, that's like 2021, let's just say. It's the reset, it's the reboot. What are you taking with you, right? Who are you taking with you? Now, Mercury is going to enter Libra on the 27th. Mercury retrograde is going to re-enter Libra on October 27th. And so when Mercury moves back into Libra, it can get a little bit more lighthearted for just a couple of days, but we're still going to be in Scorpio season, mind you, and we are going to be leading up to a full blue rare moon on October 31st on Halloween, which I'm going to come back and do another video for that because that's a lot of energy attached to that, and I don't want to do that all in one video. But there's going to be a lot of emotions, it's emotional intensity, okay? It's emotional intensity. It can feel very turbulent. It can feel, but also very rewarding if you're willing to go there. So you need to be honest with yourself first and foremost, and then the way will be clear. And if you're not in any kind of predicament, situation, anything in your life where you don't feel the need to do a purge of any kind, that's fantastic, but you still may get some wisdom out of what I'm saying here. You know, when Mercury, like I said, when Mercury goes back into Libra, retrograde, Venus will also enter Libra. And when Venus enters Libra, because Venus has been in Virgo, and when Venus is in Virgo, Venus gets picky. Venus likes to nitpick in Virgo and likes to, and you know, Venus is Libra and Libra is our partnerships. So when Venus is in Virgo, it's like picking apart our partnerships, picking apart our relationships, picking apart the way in which you don't do this, you don't do that. It's always about the other. Now Venus is going to move into Libra and it gets a little bit more diplomatic. However, it's also more serious because of the scorpionic flavor. So this is just this element of looking at the quality, not the quantity, but the quality of your relationships of all kinds in your life. Looking at and recognizing where people have been shitty, to you, and where you may have been shitty to others, recognizing it for what it is and figuring out if you want to have those people in your life any longer or if you're ready to let them go. But when you let them go, you need to let them go with grace and with forgiveness, because you may not ever get an apology. You may not ever apologize. But if you know in your heart that you're really truly going to let it go, then that's where the liberation and the freedom occurs. But this is going to be happening for everybody during this time. So I guess, you know, what I would also like to say is this is spooky season, Scorpio season. It's personally my favorite time of the year. I always say I should open a Scorpio, but I am, you know, I do have some Scorpio influence. However, I do love this time of year. It is very, very deep and contemplative and spooky, right? We've got Halloween, we've got a lot of energy, we've got, you know, All Saints Day. There's a lot going on. And so pay very close attention to what comes up for you right now. Like I said, your intuitive impressions are likely off the charts right now, especially if you're somebody who's very heavy on the water, on the fire. Like there's a lot of elements that go into this. So please just know that you are not alone if you're in this place of despair, confusion, highs and lows, back and forth, side to side, not knowing what to do. We are under a lot of retrograde energy. Let me say that again. So when we are under these retrogrades, if you're feeling like you can't act, can't move, can't think, can't feel, just stop and just be. Because the more you try to forge ahead, the more you try to push ahead, you're just going to stress yourself out and create more anxiety, and more, everything else is just going to feel like very confining. So you just want to breathe and let it be. I'm talking to myself too, guys, not just to you, because I go through that also. It's like I get frustrated because there's things I want to do and there's, you know, but I can't. I feel like I can't. So I'm just not going to. I'm just going to do what I can do and feel like is easier for me to do right now. So I invite you to do the same. Be present, be mindful, let go of what needs to be let go of, work on what needs to be worked on, honor the truth in all situations that matter to you, and just be good to yourself and be good to others. And happy Scorpio season. Now, obviously, you know I'm a tarot reader as well. Tarot is my baby and I love it. And so I did want to mention, it's not like a tarot lesson, but I wanted to show you that in the tarot Libra's first. So number 11 is the Justice card. This is the card of Libra, okay? And then 13 is Death, okay? This is the card of Scorpio. So when we're under Libra energy, which we technically still are right now, and Mercury's going to go back into Libra. So when we're under Libra energy, Justice energy, justice is like, and justice for all, right? You know, it's karmic. It's the karmic balance. It's the universal law of life. So this is about, you know, how does that saying go? Don't do unto others what you do not want done to you. Always look for the good in the situations. There's always a silver lining, checks and balances. But more so, Libra is the sign of partnership and relationships, right? Which is the same thing, I guess. But in all different forms. Business, romantic, family, all of it. Libra is the sign of that. So it's like inviting you to look into those relationships, those ways in which you communicate with others in your life, and also with yourself, correct? So you want to look at, what's in order, what is not, what feels good, what doesn't, what's in balance, what's out of balance, and it's about getting real with all of that. And then we've got death following it, which is Scorpio, which death again is like the old way has to die for the new way to be reborn, to bring in new life, what you're going to birth. Projects, situations, relationships, all of it is falling under this energy. So again, deep reflection, deep contemplation. Here we go. So we've got justice and death. Libra and Scorpio. Two tremendously opposing energies, different energies, air and water, but yet at the same time, they blend and they merge fluidly, and they do give us a solution, okay? Take really good care of yourselves, guys. My links are below. Please like, share, and subscribe. It really helps to grow my channel, and I will talk to you all real soon. Bye.